Here's an open. Chris.
Here's Jesus!
I hear you!
Drag Me to Hell is a 2009 horror movie that has a teachable lesson, folks. That is, if you go for your dreams, work hard, and do your best, the world will still fuck you over. So let's get into it, shall we? The year is 1969 in good old Pasadena. A kid is taken to a medium who casts away demons because the little twerp had the brilliant idea to steal a necklace from a woman who has magical powers and is super petty, deciding to cast his adolescent ass to eternal damnation.
Bendígase el...
Is this extreme? Sure, but maybe the parents should have been parenting instead of letting little Timmy think it's okay to commit crimes. I'm just saying. Anywho, the medium says that she will meet the demon again someday and defeat them, and then proceeded to push out the distraught parents after refusing to give them a refund. We then jump to 2009 to our main character, Christina, who's having a shitty day. Christina wants to become assistant manager at a bank, and not to hate on anyone's dreams, but that seems boring as hell. But who am I to judge when all I do is daydream about achieving 1 million subs? By the way, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 200 subscribers. We can do this together. I believe in us, folks, and if nobody has told you this lately, I believe in you, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Anywho, back to the review. Christina's co-worker is a who has only been working there for a few months, unlike Christina, who's been there for years. They are both up for the position, but the boss, being a dummy-faced lint licker, tells Christina that her tatas might get in the way of making complicated decisions, and makes it clear that the teacher's pet is likely to get the gig. She heads to her lover's workplace for lunch, and we meet Clay, a little baby man who chooses not to stand up to his parents, who talk about Christina like she's a 2-cent streetwalker. Christina, instead of realizing she deserves better, decides to sulk back to the office, where her co-worker parades around happy that his job was successful at sucking up to the boss for the assistant manager position. Just then, an old woman with sits down and spreads that crap around while babbling on about how she needs an extension on her house. But this already got 2 and hasn't paid back a dime. So Christina decides to ask her boss what to do, and he shoos her away, saying that managers have to make tough decisions, hinting at the position. So for the first time in Christina's life, she decides to put herself first before someone else, and, well, do her fucking job, denying the old woman who, for the first time in her life, hears the word no, and throws a tantrum, causing Christina to call security. That's when the bag of wind, after making a fool of herself, has the audacity to say that Christina was the one who made a fool out of her, basically throwing any accountability out the goddamn window. Karen gets her possessed butt thrown out, and Christina is praised by her boss, riding that high all the way down to the parking garage, until she spots Karen's car while hearing her eerily choke on a KFC biscuit. Once, in her car, Christina sees Karen's handkerchief, who politely guides her to the old batshit woman who's sitting in the back. Uh-oh!
Holly, I'll tell you, she was impressive against the women's champion. Oh, look, Trish pulling down that top rope, and Molly goes up over the top, and Trish Stratus has had enough. Impressive maneuver by Trish.
She's a witch. I wish the spirit of Halloween could be with us all year long.
Trish going to the top rope. Molly Holly gonna counter. Trish in trouble. Going for the ride. Off the top rope. Her back on the mat. And what a chop by Molly. Trish up. Here's Molly Holly. Oh, what a maneuver. Hooks the leg. It's over. Molly Holly. Did you see that, King? Did I ever? Are you okay?
pulling a button off Christina's jacket, Karen recites a mumbo ancient chant jumbo, and then, like the money in her bank account, she disappears, leaving Christina confused and calling the cops, who tells her that chasing after an old lady that's sundowning is dangerous. Sorry, little lady, our hands are tied, have a good night. And Christina, not feeling alright, decides to get her mind off of the attack by walking down the streets late at night with her boyfriend. Okay. They run into a psychic shop where Christina asks for her palm to be read, and her buddy over here either took some good shit or this is cursed. Either way, not wanting to catch those bad vibes, he kicks her out. That night, a demon shows up and retaliates against Christina's horrible cooking, knocking some taste back into her mouth. Instead of calling the cops, who, to be fair, were no help to begin with, she instead calls over her boyfriend to fight the demon, but it bounced, so now Christina just looks crazy, with the doctor even saying that she did this to herself, obviously. Like, okay. Okay. The movie then turns into Fear Factor, with Christina choking on a fly, then a bunch of other bugs while being scared by the old Karen. But it was all a dream. For now, cause the fun bus keeps on rolling, with Christina exploding like an overworked slushy machine, spraying everyone with blood and maybe a little bit of piss, causing her to dip and head to the old Karen's house to beg for forgiveness, cause, I mean, her for doing her damn job, am I right, folks? Though, it's too late, cause Karen hit the dust, and cursed Christina over here hits the table, causing the to fall over. After getting bodyboarded, Karen's granddaughter tells Christina she deserves everything that's coming to her, cause this family is the only one in the fucking world who's never made a mistake, guys, and think it's justified to cast someone to hell when they feel crossed. You take too long serving them coffee? Fire and brimstone. Like, God forbid these guys have to face the reality that life sometimes doesn't go your way and it's not the employee's fault. Christina goes back to the psychic, who tells her she's been bewitched, only has 3 days to live, and has used up 1. So knowing time is pretty valuable, the psychic of course sticks around, and tells her that if she possibly kills her cutie patootie pussycat, maybe, I don't know, the curse might go away. But you can't get rid of bad CGI that easy, folks, and she ends up looking like a maniac in front of her possible in-laws, mangling one of the dinner scene props from It with a fork while spitting out a fly.
I don't know why she swallowed a fly.
But that shit's gross. The demon starts to drive Christina crazy to the point where she throws a glass, and just like when a drunk guy pisses in the spiked punch bowl at a party, the mood is now ruined, and she leaves, once again going to the psychic, yelling at him that she killed a kitten, and probably destroyed any chances of ever getting married, so cut the spiritual bullshit and get to the fucking chase, buddy. And that's when he tells her there's a woman who can help, but it will cost her 10,000 smackaroons. And if it was me, I would be done for, folks. But Christina isn't giving up that easy, and asks her boss for a raise. But she gets a swift no, and surprise bitch, I'm giving the job to Mr. Handy over there. AKA, you're gonna get fired soon. Deciding to now sell her worthless crap, Christina is ambushed by the evil spirit of Karen, who gives Christina a knuckle sandwich, terrifying her while also weirdly turning her on. But wanting to stay faithful to Clay, she cuts a rope and we get an insane scene of Karen getting cracked over the head like a Looney Tunes character. Karen disappears and Christina wastes time questioning her reality while Clay reveals that he paid the psychic because he sees that this is very important to her. And sure, you're a good guy, but when they show up to the medium's house, he's not allowed inside. So hey, $10,000 for my girlfriend to stop talking to demons and I can't even watch the exorcism go down? That'd be some bullshit. Christina then meets the medium from the 60s who explains what happened to the boy, and now she's going to redeem herself by destroying the demon while also making sure her rent gets paid, damn it. The plan is to summon the evil spirit, trap it inside a goat, kill it, celebrate and go home, and after years of mastering her craft and preparing for this day, the medium is successful, but hired a dumbass to help.
I'm a god warrior! Whatever it is you've given me!
The helper becomes possessed, but the medium, Olivia saws the demon's ass away, but she also gets affected by the blast and dies. While outside, the psychic tells Christina that she is still fucked, and I would be asking for a refund. He then explains there's one last option though. Give the cursed item to someone and you're free, baby, simple as that. And I would start beating this man's ass, cause he waited till the final hours to tell me I could have just given the demon button to the racist asshole yelling crap on the corner the whole damn time. Like, buddy, this should have been option uno from the get-go. Christina asks him why he didn't tell her this like 3 damn days ago, and this jackass says that the demon will tear apart the soul of whoever has the button and tortures them in the most horrific ways. And it's like, bitch, what about me? Maybe I don't want to spend eternity wiping Satan's butthole. I mean, let's be honest here, folks. In reality, if the roles were reversed, I'm sure this guy would hand the button over to a baby in a stroller to save his butt on day 1. But he held this info from Christina, acting like there's absolutely no individuals in this world that deserves the curse, but for some reason this chick certainly does for working a 9 to 5. Like, what a dick. Christina asks Clay to drop her off at a diner, saying everything's cool now, baby, flying her butt off. But on the way there, they almost drive into Karen, but it's actually an old Kevin that tells Christina she's gonna burn in hell. And it's like, buddy, point that attitude to the guy who almost made you into a pancake, am I right? While at the diner, Christina tries to find someone to take her place in hell, and goes for the obvious choice, an old cripple in the corner who spent his life giving to charity, but soon changes her mind, and calls Mr. Handy, blackmailing him to come to the diner. Once there, he begins to cry, which changes Christina's mind again, and it's like, girl, fine, let him go, but you don't have any old high school bullies or a toxic person in your life to give this button to? Like, why are you trying to find a worthy candidate in front of the ice cream parlor? Like, go to the bad part of town and hand out this curse like free candy, man. Time's a ticking. But Christina is a good person who doesn't want to give anyone the evil demon button, so she once again goes back to the psychic, who was sleeping peacefully, knowing a woman who came to him for help is going to die and could have survived if he only spoke up a little sooner. I mean, geez, what a dick. He tells her, though, that if she gives the gift back to Karen, then the curse will be reversed. And again, bruh, I mean, thanks for holding out till the final hour, buddy, jeez. Christina goes to the graveyard, digs up Karen, gives back the button, and tries to climb out, but after struggling for a bit, she gets whacked in the head by Karen's tombstone and doesn't drown, soon waking up, climbing out, and posing in front of the sunrise in victory for successfully defeating the curse. Woohoo! That morning, everything falls into place, folks. Mr. Handy, fired. The assistant manager's job, secured. Weekend getaway, packed and ready to go. So while on her way to meet Clay, she sees a coat and decides to buy it, moving on from the past and looking forward to the future.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
So back when Clay almost ran into the old man, everything in the car fell to the floor, including the button and also an identical envelope that contained a coin that Christina gave to Clay earlier in the movie. So she accidentally grabbed the wrong envelope and gave the coin to Karen, and due to this mix-up, Christina is now fucked. So in a moment of panic, realizing that she's out of time, she stumbles back onto the nearby tracks, and as the train passes, hands from hell spring up, grabbing onto Christina, and maybe some other places they shouldn't. I mean, I'm just saying, just because they're demons doesn't mean they shouldn't be respectful, am I right? But anyway, as she's dragged down to hell and she's pleading for help, Clay is unable to do anything and watches as the love of his life is eternally gonna get tortured forever. And he also realizes that hell exists, and man, this guy's having a real bad day, isn't he? Well, I guess Christina's having a worse one. Personally, I find this film a lot of fun. Even the outrageous moments are enjoyable. But what sticks with me, folks, is one, those eyes that pop out of Christina at the end there. I mean, Jesus, okay? But two, it's the ending. I mean, was Karen being petty? Did Christina deserve this? Was the punishment justified? Personally, I think no. But sadly, life isn't always fair. And this film reminds you of the fact that not everyone gets happy endings. So remember, folks, submit to Karen's demands unless you want to get cursed, cause hey, are you getting paid enough to deal with this shit in the first place? Hell no! I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, all of that. Can't wait to have you guys back. And yeah, that's it. Goodbye.
Now it burns, burns, burns. My trailer fires.